Okay, we are live.
All right.
Hey, everybody. We're having a little issue with the. There's an update on Twitter, but let me invite you as. Oh no. But maybe you should leave, turn off your phone, and restart. I think there's an update on Android. What? No, I'm saying Emily's having a little issue with the microphone. I'm gonna come in with my personal account, and then. How are you, Terry? So today's space is gonna be about Terry. How are
I'm
you?
good. How about you?
I'm great.
Good.
So we're updating our website, so this works out perfect because I need to have one for a little info about yourself and about what the things you're doing and what you're up to and being part of women communication. Kind of curious where you're at.
Okay.
We'll wait till Emily gets
Sure.
here and we can start. But I want to say hi to Graciela, and I also want to say hi to Tom Berman here too, the Florida people. So what are you doing, Terry? I can hear you doing something with
Well,
paper.
I'm just flipping through this book. It's called A Course in Miracles that I bought a few years ago, and I think I'm going to delve into it. It's very heavy. And I was just flipping through it because it comes, there's the preface, the text, workbook for students, manual for teachers, it's broken down. And I was just flipping through to see what the workbook for students, where that was, but no big deal. I was just doing that while I was waiting.
Oh no, I was just wondering what it was. So I am going to put my phone over here and get it charged. So while we're waiting for Emily, I want to see where she is at. Got my phone, my audio. Let me text her and see what she's. She must be updating her phone. So why don't we just start? Terry. We usually get you to do the breathing exercise, and I think yesterday when we had lunch together, I really enjoy your technique and different things that you do, and then also Graciela does her breathing exercise too. That's why I'm so glad that you guys are here. There's
Awesome.
Emily. I'm gonna put her. Hey, Emily. Emily, how's your mic? I just made you a speaker just to make sure.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. I think
Yay.
of
Good
Verizon.
morning.
Hi,
All the
Emily.
time. Hi, Terry. Hi, Tanya. Hi, everyone. Sorry about that. I think I did have to do the update. So restarted and now it's working.
I think I spend most of my time updating. I think I update all day long. Like one thing I update, I think I'm fine. It's like, oh, it's time for another update. And once like any like either Google Play or Apple, it lets update. So I have both Android and iOS, so that's why I know. And I spend all my time updating. I think that's going to be the next 2023 is updating.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
everybody's updating.
Love it.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and start. I want to welcome everyone to the Association for Women in Communication, the South Florida chapter. This is our Monday, Empower Yourself Monday. We always feature a communicator of the week just to find out more about them. And the more I thought about it, we didn't really get a chance to talk to Terry too much. So I wanted to go ahead and have this space be about Terry because, we're updating our new website and we want to add the board of directors and the members and different things. Kind of like it's good SEO, but also it's good to show people, what some of the things we're doing. So the new website will have all the episodes of Empower Yourself Monday, and then I'll have all that listed. But going forward, we'll have more of a blogging style too. So we'll have more blogs. We'll get, with Emily and Terry, we'll talk more about it. I want to also put it out there for people to be able, if they wanted to blog and they're writing something about communication, they're welcome to join, because we want the blog to be featuring our members. So that's one of the reason why, with this new update on the website, it's gonna be a little bit more. Right now we have a blog, but it's more like we've been using it for Empower Yourself Monday, because we really weren't doing much. But now, since there's so much stuff happening, we're going to be doing events, hybrid events, educational classes. So there's a lot of content to be created, and we're going to utilize that. But before we start, I'm going to go ahead and give the mic to Terry. She always leads us off to a mindfulness breathing exercise to get our Monday going. And from there, we're going to dive in and catch up with Terry, and she's had some great things happen and some really sad things. But overall, Terry is a prime example of an empowerment story, and I love hearing it. And we want to get some more of an update. So Terry, the mic is yours. If you could, go ahead and lead us into a breathing exercise.
Yes, thank you, Tanya. Welcome, everybody. So we're going to start with closing our eyes. Wherever you are, sitting, standing, laying down. Going to take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Relax your face, your jaw, your neck, and your shoulders. Visualize stress going down your arms, out through your fingertips. Relax your chest, your torso, your hips. Again, visualize stress going down your legs, out through your toes, and you're completely relaxed. Gently breathing in and out through your nose, eyes still closed. And while you're doing this gentle breathing with your eyes closed, visualize the air that's going in and out through your nose, keeping us alive. Gently in and out. Visualize it coming in and visualize it going out. Your life force. And while you're visualizing this, if any other thoughts come into your mind, visualize those thoughts as clouds just going across the sky, leaving your mind. Gently breathing in and out. And slowly open your eyes. And I have some closing thoughts here. The root cause of all disease is a negative attitude about taking care of yourself. How do you define, quote unquote, taking care of yourself? Create a new self-care practice today. Observe your comfort level when it comes to being good to yourself. And remember, discomfort is a wise teacher. Namaste. May the divine in me honor the divine in you. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. I wish, but breathing is such a simple thing to do, but we all forget to do it.
Mhm.
I'm one of those people. You're not kind of weird. I mean, we breathe, but I'm saying, like, taking deep breaths and just holding it and just like releasing. I think
Mhm.
it's just a lost art.
Definitely.
So I'm on your website, Terry. I want to kind of like read a little bit about yourself and about some of the things you're certified, and then we can talk a little bit because you're also a writer. Also, I want to let people know that, and she is a communication specialist also. So, but her thing is wellness. So, if you go to terrymichaelwellness.com, you can get more information about Terry. So Terry, we're gonna go ahead and dive into this because I want to get to know you a bit more. I think we've always had you do the breathing exercise. We're part of the conversation, but I don't think we've never really let our listeners and followers know a little bit more about Terry Michael herself. So, but I wanted to also share about your wellness journey. You choose to live a healthy and fulfilling life. Wellness is more than being free from illness. It is a process of change and growth towards a mentally, physically, and spiritually healthy lifestyle. So you're certified in Pilates. You're an instructor, fitness and nutrition coach, breath work meditation, hydration consulting therapy, strength conditioning, access bar consciousness practitioner, access bars consciousness facilitator Pilates, and you see Holy Fire three Reiki healer. Did I say that
That's
correctly?
okay.
No, say it correctly for me because it bothers me when I can't say it right. Tell me.
Usui. Reiki.
You see,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's a
Usui.
Japanese.
Is that
Yeah.
like? Yeah, I I don't know why I always have a problem with those words, with the Japanese words. To be honest with you, so you focus a lot on helping people with your longevity and
Yeah.
vitality, and also creating their core healthy lifestyle. And you teach classes, and I know you have a blog, you write and everything. So why don't you tell our listeners a little bit more about yourself? I know you're big into you do health and wellness, and you work with Balance for Life and different things. But can you tell our listeners a little bit more about yourself?
Sure. Sure. Um, I am 67 years old, and I feel like I'm in my 30s, and I just have this curiosity for learning about how to maintain that, to be honest with you. And if I can do it, you can do it. So, that's my philosophy. And there is a discipline that I have learned to do, which helps me maintain my goals, and it helps me be a better person so that I can help other people reach their goals as well. Um, every morning, I do a 3-minute Kundalini breathwork meditation, followed by a 5-minute journal that's by my bedside, which is actually a fantastic, I highly recommend it. It's called the 5-Minute Journal by Intelligent Change. And I've been doing that the past few years. Um, I have been caregiver for my mom, first my mom and dad, and then my mom, the past 6, 7 years. And that was just an integration of what I needed to do for her into my life. So I might cry a little bit because she just passed away. Hold on. But it was an honor to do what I did, and I'm okay. Each day it gets better and better. She passed January 22nd, peacefully. She was pain free the whole time, so no reason to have sympathy in that regard. But yeah, so that is a recent thing. But all of the things that you had mentioned, Tanya, um, are tools that I have used intermittently regarding the situation I was in, or what someone needed. I am not currently practicing Reiki or access bars. I am now more involved with Balance for Life retreat, getting people well, water fasting, juice cleansing, and plant-based diet. So I have been doing that. That's my most recent past few years endeavor. I'm getting it's like not even a job for me to do this. It is just a gift that I'm able to offer this to people. They fly in, they drive in to come to us and spend a week with us learning breath work, or of course wellness and eating, and turning their head around to understanding how their body works and why you should eat certain things and should not eat certain things. And it's very it's just I can't even explain how wonderful it is to get for the results that people are getting from attending this. And it was me that brought them there, because I believe in it as well. I mean, I've done the water fasting, and it's just it's a miracle. It's a miracle how your body.
I can say that I can vouch for you, Terry, compare your journey with Balance for Life and how
Mm-hmm,
much you've changed mentally,
mm-hmm,
physically, and how I mean, you were already outgoing, and you were already like just a lovely person, a woman already. I mean, just wonderful. But seeing your change, I remember when you did your first water fast. I thought you were just so hyper. I was like, aren't you tired? You're like so hyper. So I do see a lot of it. You come, every time I see Terry, guys, I always say, "You come a long way, baby." That reminds me of that commercial back when they used to say that about
yeah.
women. So I just always thought of like, wow, Terry, you come a long way of everything you've done and accomplished, especially during this whole time in the pandemic, and you were able to like be a caregiver plus work at the same time. So do you feel that because of you taking care of yourself, you were already in wellness? Because, they say people who are caregiving, who try to have both, work and balance and home and life, like all the different things, it's really hard for a lot of caregivers. Can you tell us a little bit about that as far
Mm-hmm,
as do you feel with, especially during the time of what we went
mm-hmm,
through? I mean, this whole pandemic thing,
mm-hmm.
dealing with, being a caregiver and taking care. And then also, you had some you actually became the sandwich generation, right? You're taking care of your children, you're taking care of your mom. But tell us about like how your wellness has helped you maintain your stamina during
Yeah,
this rough time
yeah.
also.
Well, I will tell you that I have certainly evolved in a very quickly. I evolved very quickly to where I am now because of the pandemic, because I hold myself up, because of mom. I didn't want to expose myself to anybody and bring it home. So what else was I going to do? So it just so happened, though, that in the middle of it, there was a woman who wanted her mom to come to the retreat. And, we had conversations back and forth, and she decided against it. And she was local in Delray. But we became friends over the phone. And when she knew I was caregiving, because I had the luxury and still do have the luxury of working from home with what I do, without exposing myself, she was mentioning to me how she wrote a book. Fern Pessin, who was on our program a few months ago, she wrote a book called "I'll Be Right There." And she wanted to delve into my life and my mind about how I stay in shape, keep in shape, have the oomph to do it while being a caregiver. Now, being a caregiver is many different levels. My level of caregiving was driving my mom. She couldn't drive. Well, let me just put it to you that way. She couldn't drive, hardly see, hardly hear, but she could. I mean, if you yell a little loud, or she used a magnifying glass. And she could walk with a walker. Um, but she was dependent on me for, making sure she had her medicine and got her to her doctor's appointments and things like that. So it wasn't, I don't feel it was the highest level of, or yeah, I guess I could put it that way. It wasn't like the highest level of caregiving. I mean, she remembered to take her own medications and things like that. Her mind was fine forever. But Fern and I bonded a relationship, a friendship, because here was somebody who knew everything there was to know about caregiving. I mean, it's just amazing. And she wanted to know, how did I do it? How did I maintain and not fall apart? Because it's easy to fall apart when you're caregiving. I'm sorry again. Anyway,
Don't ever
I
apologize.
know. It's just
Cry. We're
it's
here.
just,
This is about
I,
you. We're celebrating
I know.
you for being
It's just, I
wonderful.
think it's an instinct to apologize when somebody cries. But anyway, um, she and that was like interesting to me that I came across somebody like this who was interested in that, and I shared with her what I do every day, and I even helped her. Came to her house and did some training with her, and it is something that I feel needs to be addressed, because it is easy to fall into a like, poor me, what about my life type of feeling. But I never really felt that way. I never did. I mean, I just, like I said, the best phrase I could say is I integrated what I needed to do for her into my life, and it didn't feel like she was taking away from it. So that's that story. uh,
No, you did wonderful. You kidding me? You like she was never she didn't go into hospice. You
no,
took care of her.
yeah,
You were around her.
yeah,
That's the most important thing. Like you empowered her to live the
yeah,
life that she wants, and she wanted to leave the way she wanted. I myself was a caregiver, and I always wanted to control who I was caregiving as far as how they were gonna
yeah.
be feeling, but I wasn't gonna put them in hospice or anything. But I think that's the most important thing, that they're your loved one, and she felt loved and safe. That's the most important part of everything that's happened. And I'm so happy, blessed, I was able to meet her. So I
I
want to let
know,
you
I
know that.
know, I know. Yeah, she was a female. If anybody knows who I'm talking about, she was a female Rodney Dangerfield. Okay. So we did laugh a lot. Rodney Dangerfield is a comedian, by the way. Google him and listen to a couple of his YouTubes. You'll know what I'm talking about. It's very, very funny. Um, yeah, so I knew also that I needed to be physically strong, not just mentally and emotionally. I needed to be physically strong, um, in case she needed me to help her lift her up or something like that. So, you know, it was just it was a cycle. It was a cycle of, of you got to do this to be able to do that type thing. And it does give you somewhat peace to know that you're doing your best and that's all you can do. And that's it. I mean, you can't second guess yourself. You just have to keep going.
So now, have you made a list of things you want to do, or is it just too early or too?
No, no, it's not too early. I'm going to do tons and tons and tons of traveling. Tons. I am. We have a retreat coming up, February 19th. I'm going to attend the retreat with the guests that I invited to the retreat. So I am going to do that. I'm just going to get out of the house and be in a beautiful, beautiful hotel and wake up every morning to the sunrise and participate in all the activities. So that's going to be my first thing that I'm going to do. And then after that, I'm going to visit Dallas, where I lived for 30 years, and visit some people. My other daughter lives there. I have two daughters, one in Tamarack and one in Dallas. So, and then after that, it's definitely going to be health related. You and I were speaking yesterday about learning how to read blood work, because when people do water fasting with us, just the water fasters have to submit their blood work. I want to learn how to read that, so I'm going to get certified in that. And just little steps of going towards getting deeper into what I'm doing. Actually, getting deeper into what I'm doing. I am staying in the house, and so I'm going to be here for a while, and then we'll just I'm going to do some redecorating, and just day by day, little by little. I like the fact that I'm not on a time crunch. So that makes it easy for me to accomplish what I want to do and have clarification with what I want to do.
See, I'm so glad that you agreed to do this space with us today, so we can talk a bit more about what you experienced, some things you've gone through, and what you're going to be doing next, and then it seems like you know what you're going to do next, and you have your plans all set up.
Yeah, I do. And there's something called, which I don't know if who's heard of it and who has not, but anticipatory grief. I never heard of it up until about a year ago. And when I heard about it, I like researched it and I thought, wow, that makes a lot of sense. Of This is inevitable. Okay. It's inevitable that this happened with mom. It's sad as hell, but it was inevitable. So, okay, Terry, think about what are you going to do after? So I started doing that once I, learned about this anticipatory grief. And it doesn't make it hurt less, but it does help you um, look forward instead of backwards. Of I wish she could have been around 10 days longer or anything like that. She had wanted to go the past like 3 years. She would tell anybody that, the doctors, whatever. I want to go, da, 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 you know I don't feel like I'm contributing, that type thing. But that really helped me. So that's just something that y'all can think about, because we're all going to be around people who pass away, and we're going to be around people who do it suddenly, or not suddenly, which that's where the anticipatory grief comes in. And it really helped me. It really helped me.
So I'm like tweeting, trying to tweet out. So yeah, I think there is statistic. They say that every one of us in this space will be a caregiver, but I think there's a bigger statistics that say that a lot of us will be the sandwich caregiver, meaning we eventually one time in our life will be caring for our elderly parents, and then also we'll be caring for our children. And they've always put this like sad, how horrible it is, and I've seen some bad instant of people going through caregiving and they gone through it like it's horrible. But you made a comment where I just noticed like it's when you caregive, I think you were saying about it's not a race.
Oh no.
I remember you said something that was like really profound. But one thing I always thought of caregiving was like it's more like a marathon. Like it takes sometimes you're lucky you can have a short stint in caregiving, but when you're a long-term caregiving, it does take a lot out of a person. So the stamina you have to build, and also the boundaries you got to set for yourself and for others. It's the thing. And I think Emily's also a caregiver too. I think like I say, we all
Yeah.
are, right, Emily? Do you want to share a little bit about that too? Because I think that's the boundaries a lot of time that people don't quite get when it comes to caregiving.
Yeah, I will say boundaries are, I mean, I preach boundaries as much as possible because that is the lifesaver for me. I have two grandmothers who are still alive. One is 99 and one is 95.
Wow.
And I do caregive for both of them, which luckily, my husband as well helps. And we have some great friends and such who help out because it's a lot. Plus, my dad passed a couple of years ago, so I was caregiving for him prior to that. So I certainly can empathize with you, Terry, and everyone. I mean, you're right, Tanya. I feel at some point everybody for the most part, will be doing it. So the boundaries are key. We talk a lot about like work-life balance, but we don't talk about life balance, like the responsibilities and the things in life that you have to do and those obligations and all, and the caregiving versus that balance of taking care of yourself and the things you don't necessarily like have to do, but you have to do that. It is the most vital thing because we all hear it. You can't pour from an empty cup,
Mm-hmm.
but we don't always take that to heart. And I think that's the biggest thing. I was hospitalized with exhaustion a few years ago. It wasn't fun. You do not want to burn out and get exhausted. And the boundaries, like I started doing boundary work and it truly, truly changed my life.
Mm-hmm.
And learning when to step away, learning to take the time for yourself, taking the time to clear your head and not feel guilty about it. And I
Yeah.
think for women, the guilt factor, I mean, maybe I'm wrong and that's just me, but the guilt factor was the hardest part, feeling bad about taking care of myself because somebody else always needs you. And it's like you need yourself more than anything. You can't do anything for anyone if you're not in the right state of mind. And so doing that guilt-free is like I said, it's just life changing. And also, I mean, like Terry, you're in that part now where now it changes who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And so then it's finding who you are now and all of that. And there's so much beauty in that among the grief and the sadness. So I think
Yeah.
like I know, yeah, like for me that was so interesting when my dad passed because it was so sad. But then also I was like, wow, like this is a whole new world as well. That like,
Exactly.
yeah. So yeah, if you stick to the boundaries and you really take that time to explore it for yourself and not fall into the traps of what everyone's, oh, here's your timeline, you have to do this or you have to do this or anything. And yeah, I think that's the key. But boundaries always.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of introspection. I'm up at 5:30 in the morning, and that is my therapy time. I mean, that's the only way I can put it. It's my therapy time. I'm lucky, even while I was caregiving, I was able to do that because she didn't wake up till about 10 in the morning or something. But and I'm a total early bird my whole life. But yeah, the boundaries, the taking certain calls and not taking certain calls. It can become, if you don't have boundaries, you're just reactive, and that's what burns you out. You got to stop. And is this really that important? 90% of the time it's not. And take a deep breath and put it on the back burner for now. And it is a lot of gosh, now I can't. Oh, reprioritizing. A lot of reprioritizing during the day because you thought it was going to go one way, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that you're not doing what you were supposed to do. You just go with your heart. You go with your heart, and it typically works out great that way. But yeah, the boundaries, the like when I was caregiving, I limited myself to being out of the house 2 hours at a time a day. Like if I went out, I wanted to be back in 2 hours, that type thing. So I don't have I though, and that's one of the changes, Emily, is now I don't have that quote unquote boundary, and whoo, it's kind of cool, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting too. Like the idea of taking away those boundaries, like the boundaries that you had that now kind of
Mm-hmm.
leave this open space.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the other thing too, and that I have to hear people say this to me all the time. You don't have to fill that space in. And that's like I always like I'm like, oh, I have extra time. I could do this. I could do that. I heard a great quote that was like, sometimes being is more important
Yep.
than doing, right?
Yep.
And I think I've said that. Yeah, I love that. And I was like, right, I don't have to fill it in. Let life happen and
Yeah.
just see like what happens each day. And I that's been very freeing as well.
Yeah. Yeah. It is reprogramming in a positive way. Absolutely. Um, yeah. Yeah. And we're always evolving, all of us, no matter what stage of life we're in. You aspire to this, you aspire to that. One thing leads to another. They all work synergistically together. and then you keep evolving. I mean, it's great. Life is a wonder. Literally, it's a wonder. So you get to experience all these things and feel all these things, and even the bad stuff. Even as seasons bring sunshine and rain, life must be balanced with gladness and pain. That's something that my mom taught me many, many, many years ago. So it makes it not so hard when life sucks, because you know it's not going to last, and you'll be stronger for it.
Well, I almost, it's so beautiful. Thank you for saying that and sharing us with that. I gave the mic to Vicky, and if anyone in the space would like to grab a mic, you're welcome to. Um, Hi, how are you, Vicky?
Hi, how are you? Good.
I'm good. Good morning or good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon. Oh, Terry, that was so beautiful. I can relate to you. So I'm here for you, sister.
Thank you.
I'm here for you. Well, we're all here together, aren't we,
So
in the
sweet.
space? Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome.
So what you know what I'm excited about now, Terry, more than ever is your next
Yeah.
step, your
Yeah.
next journey. I think there's a lot going on. You have so many exciting new venture, like we talk about door closing and then door reopening for other
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And also yesterday, it was nice, by the way. Just Terry and I just decided like just have like a catch up because she lives right down the street from me, and so
Mhm.
we talked a little bit about what she was going through, but also the excitement about it, because when you experience so much and now you're like taking a deep breath and jumping into the next adventure.
Mhm.
What did you want to share some of the things you were working on,
I
or
think after I'm going all over the place. I think after Texas, Italy's going to be my next stop. Just saying. But no, I mean,
Italiano?
huh?
I was going to get that throw in that Italian accent for you. That whatever I remember when I was, I had a godfather who was Italian, and they have
Oh, how funny.
heavy Sicilian accent. So I used to try to like mimic them. I just thought it was so cool. So,
Funny.
but I was trying to throw in that Italian accent to get you the feel of Italy.
Yeah. Yeah, I would love to. Something that I've been thinking about for many years is me and my girls going to Italy and taking a cooking class, stuff like that. But it's anything I do will be geared, because I feel like that's my calling, to wellness, and guiding people to their or helping people through their wellness journey. There's so many people hurting, and they just feel like they have no direction of where to go, and then they're eating mindlessly or drinking crazily, and I just feel like there's a need for direction for people, and just keep exposing it, because it's after a while people get it, after a while, and it is happening throughout the world. I feel that people are getting it, that of what to do, the mindfulness of it all, because if you don't wrap your head around it, it's just not going to happen. And anyway, so but
Don't you
it
want?
is.
I just have this like feeling of like you're going to be a travel blogger, but then your travel blogging is more of about the wellness. You go to facilities to check it out, and because you're so good at bringing people together in a group type of education wise when it comes to
Mhm.
wellness,
Mhm.
I just seeing you doing that. I don't know. You never know, because like if you went online and look at all the different facilities that are being created, and if you show them what you've done for Balance for Life, I think it's a win-win situation for you.
Well, and initially, I wanted to be a female Anthony Bourdain, because I love food so much. That's initially down like 10 years earlier or whatever. But now you kind of like hit the nail on the head. I am considering now going to different retreats to see what they do and how they do it, and what can I bring back to balance, or things like that. Like I'm seriously considering going to True North in California, which is
Oh, you
the
can go there and have them comp it and write it as a media thing, because you can
yeah.
turn around and give them a critique
Yeah.
Because people do research for that. Before I would introduce you to Harold, I would show him these different articles that I found based on the influencers who experienced it. They wrote a blog about it, and it sat there, and it really helped. It picked up a lot of traffic for people for their facility. So something like that, I see you doing.
Yeah.
Like, why pay for it? They should give you money.
Yeah.
Right. That's I don't know. Maybe that's
Hey,
my
babe.
mentality, but that's the way it should be.
That sounds like a plan. And then also I am a lover of boats. I wouldn't mind like sailing the coastline, and doing retreats like that as well, boat retreats. So those are the things that are on my mind to do.
Remind me to introduce you to someone on Thursday night. There is at my event. There is a boat, like a wellness boat that's taken off. I read it that they're like going to do an event on. I want you to get hooked up with those people just to see what they have to
It's
say.
not a
Yeah, it's in
cruise
Palm
ship.
Beach.
It's not a cruise ship, is it?
I didn't
wouldn't
even really pay attention much
That's
to
okay.
it, but it was more
I'll
of like
find
a
out.
wellness
Yeah.
cruising,
Okay.
living on board type of deal. I just noticed that they were going to do an event because a lot of time, we'll get invited to come, do an event. That there was a cruise, like a cruise boat out of Palm Beach. But then it went out of business. I'm not sure it's the same boat or not. They've just resold and rebranded, But there is a boat that was going out of Palm Beach that was like, were like very high lifestyle, but it's not like one of those long cruises. It's more like 3 or 4 day cruises.
Yeah, there's absolutely healing elements to the water. That's why we do very well at Balance, because we're on the beach. But being like in a boat or a yacht, even a yacht, I think would be better. On the water, doing the program. Oh my gosh, how cool is that? Things like that. Yeah, I do have my visions.
Well, you got Emily here who is like has
I
clients on yachts
know.
and stuff.
Emily was the first person who mentioned super yacht. I'm saying super yacht. That
That's
sounds
right.
great. It sounds like Superman, I mean, yeah. So yeah, it could be a super yacht. I would do it on a super yacht, Emily. Yeah, you just hook me up and we'll figure it out. How's
Well, I
that?
was, Terry, I was just gonna say, I mean, I wish I had the super yacht hookup, but I do have boat show hookups, and we have the Miami boat shows coming up next week, and then the Palm Beach boat shows in March. And if you would like to come to either, let me know, because then I can, of course, introduce you around to some of the yacht people that I do know there.
Would you be at the Palm Beach one?
I will. Yeah, I'll be there the whole time.
I'll go to the Palm Beach one for sure.
Perfect. Yeah, I will coordinate that with you. Tanya, you too. I mean, let me know, and then we'll figure that all out.
Ooh,
As long as they
I'm
let me
getting
like
excited.
scan the whole boat and be able to make it in the metaverse, I'll do it. If they let me scan the boat as an environment, so I can have it as a metaverse.
I say, come out to the show, and like, you've literally got like hundreds of exhibitors to talk to. Guaranteed, some of them more than one would be into that.
I think what I would do I would have to scan inside, and then the outside they should have the dimension and everything, but the inside I would have to like scan it all out, and then because Vicky and I sat on talk. I'm like, I'm gonna hire Vicky to be like my hostess in my metaverse world, because people want to have parties and stuff, and be kind of cool to have an actual party inside a big super yacht for people to be part of, even for a music NFT video. I just think it'd be so cool.
So cool.
I actually. So if we can find a boat, Tanya, you and I should talk separately as well. I was telling you before, I have a need for like NFT stuff, but I also have somebody who might have a need for a metaverse project, scanning into a yacht, all that good stuff, might be able to do something fun. And there's a budget behind it, which is always fun too.
No, I'm ready. Actually, we are, I'm just finishing up the AW because this is my company's donation to awcsouthflorida.org, by the way. We didn't vote on this because I didn't even put it up to vote to even spend money about this, because we're not, like I said, we really haven't made any money, nor did we even spend any money. So, and I wanted to be able to see how this template work on the awcsouthflorida.org site. So I just went ahead and like was messing around with it one weekend. Next thing I know, I have it all taken apart, and I'm like, oh, let me just do it this way. So I built a brand new website, and then now my developer spent this weekend just moving everything over because we're rearranging everything, and then I got to plug in the ADA plugin to make sure it's in compliance. That's another crazy thing we're testing on. But I just like, then my developers be ready. We're ready to build. We already looked at we have two environment, two location that we're gonna put their stuff in. But I just thought it'd be kind of cool. I have a farm. If I can get a boat, a yacht, different ones, and then because I know like people talk about Web3, but if you really think about the ability to be able, and they're saying like people who are in Web3, but people who are video gamer creator are the one that are making great money or winning awards now. There's actually new awards for these people.
Yeah.
Right? Isn't it? They just announced it. So now take that, and then now people can just make anything, like create any type of. It won't cost as much compared to like to shoot a video on a yacht in real life, right? But it would be cool to shoot a video in the metaverse on a yacht. It'd be kind of cool.
And the cost for something like, all right, so to shoot on a yacht, especially if you're taking the yacht out, for one day you're looking, and again, for a yacht, you need a crew and all of that. So you're looking at like a $50,000 shoot minimum, right? And that's for one day. Being able to use a yacht in the metaverse and, kind of shoot on that and create these virtual things would be like at least, less than $50,000. So a lot of these companies would probably be interested, as they're spending quite a bit of money to use these yachts for backgrounds, for lifestyle shoots, for fashion shoots, for all kinds of different things. So there's a lot of opportunity in the metaverse, in the yacht world, and nobody's fully tapping into that yet. They started chartering yachts, or like you can buy a yacht and NFTs and all of that. But as far as the metaverse goes, there's really only like one or two companies doing stuff right now.
Also, here's the thing though, if you were a yacht owner, it'd be cool if somebody came and made a digital duplicate of it. So that's your environment, and you can either pay for it or you can rent it out from the person who built it. It's so crazy. So Terry, you can do everything you ever imagine you want because Web3 is here, and with your knowledge.
Yeah, it'll be great.
So we have about 10:53. If anyone in the space want to ask some questions with Terry, you're welcome to. I'm excited about Terry's thing on February 19th because I think that's fantastic for you to do even a write-up on it, doing a live stream or something.
Oh, yeah.
Just every day.
I'm going to document. Yeah. Yeah.
No, you can turn around and put them all together and pitch it to Netflix.
All right.
I just want to say, Terry, if you want a video make, and I'll make you a video. No charge. Just what I do. Just like to help people. So yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Thank you.
So Vicky does she's really big in TikTok too. So I know that you guys, Terry, you can tell Harold that I know he's always trying to get into TikTok. We talk about TikTok.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. I'll talk to you about that, and because I'm going to meet with him next week or this week.
Yeah. TikTok is like, I don't know how long it's going to be in America, but I think.
I know, right? Yeah.
I'm telling my clients, get back on Snapchat. We got to get that. They're live streaming. They got the camera. You can build all the AR you want for your restaurant, your businesses, your book launch, your movie, whatever you were going to. You can have an AR filter snap camera made of your whole place, and you can put stuff around and promote it, and it's a lot of really cool stuff that you can do. So, but Emily, before we shut down the space, you want to give us some final thoughts about the boating? What's the deal on the boat show?
Yeah, absolutely. So the boat show starts on February 15th. It runs through February 19th, so Wednesday through Sunday. And it's in Miami on Collins Avenue. It's a gorgeous yacht show. So all yachts in the water. You can walk the docks and just view the boats. And then, of course, you can pay for a ticket, go inside, experience the show. And there's all kinds of different demonstrations and different exhibits and really cool stuff. Amazing food there as well. And I will say Friday night on the 17th is Yachts After Dark. It is a huge yacht party. Every one of the yachting companies that are out there pops up a little party outside of their exhibit. And so with a show ticket, you can actually walk through and enjoy like at least 20, 40 different yacht parties in one night. And so that's a pretty spectacular evening. I have a vodka client who I can't say too much because our launch is actually on the 14th, but we are launching a brand new vodka and they'll be sponsoring a party also during the event. So we'll be out there for Yachts After Dark and it's a fun one. So everyone should come out to that. And then if I can make one other quick plug, I have some clients doing really cool stuff. We've got the boat show coming up. And then also in Fort Lauderdale on the 23rd, we have the closing exhibit for the H.R. Geiger exhibit. And if you're familiar with his work, he actually did the Alien for the film Alien, and he does a lot of sci-fi artwork and things like that. And his work is currently being exhibited at the Vincent Castiglia Gallery in Fort Lauderdale. Vincent Castiglia is a blood artist. So he paints with his own blood. The artwork is incredible. When I heard about it, I was like, blood art. I don't know how I feel about that. Then I went to go see him and I was like, I have to represent this. Like, he's incredible.
Wow.
So yeah, two amazing exhibits. And there's a free party on the 23rd at the gallery. Anybody can come in to view the art from 6 to 9 p.m. And we'll have some food and some wine. And we're just celebrating this exhibit. So yeah, if anybody's interested in that, feel free, hit me up on Twitter. Happy to give you more information.
Emily, are these events on Fever?
So the boat show, I believe no, I don't think they put theirs on Fever this year. And the boat show, unfortunately, I have no say in where they list stuff.
Yeah.
Vincent's, this is a brand new event.
You want to tell our listeners also what is Fever? I know we know what
Yeah.
it is, but they don't know what it is.
Fever is a great app that has like really unique, interesting events that you won't find like in your local paper or anything like that. They're these like really niche, targeted, curated events. And the Fever app is incredible and it goes by city. And I always tell people you should definitely have that app because you find really cool stuff to do. But this party actually just came about. We just decided to put it together because we've had a lot of interest in the exhibit. So it's actually not promoted anywhere. You guys are hearing about it first. And then we'll start promoting the event for the 23rd and inviting the public to come out and see the end of this exhibit.
And what date in March is the Palm Beach Boat Show?
Palm Beach starts on the 25th, I believe, this year.
Of March.
Of March, yep.
Okay. All right.
Are you gonna put your the art exhibit in? Like, I'm trying to remember the girl's name, but when I did the Chinese Lantern Festival, people, when I had them as a client, I got them in a newspaper in the calendar section. You know how they put it out every Friday. There's a whole section what they do in the weekend. But let me I find the girl's email and you can just reach out to her. And I think
let me know who. We're definitely doing a lot of calendaring and things like that since we are on a tight timeline after deciding to put this together. But again, I just thought, I happened to visit the gallery and I was like, this is too cool. Like, what are you doing to promote that this is here or that it's closing? And they weren't doing too much. So I was like, all right, let us help out here. So we just brought this on and we're very excited about it. And if anybody can't make it on the 23rd, but they'd like to see more of the exhibit, we can also set up a private tour. So let me know that too.
Nice.
See, you learned so much today.
And really today, like, thank you, Terry, for being so open and vulnerable. And I know it wasn't easy today and you brought tears to my eyes, but like, we love you. And I'm so happy that like we could do this today and speak about you because you're amazing.
Thank you so much. Y'all are wonderful. And I'm glad to be a part of this. I'm really, really glad to be a part of this.
You're incredible, Terry. And I'm like privileged to call you a friend and also to have you as the VP, part of, this incredible women's group that we and then the three of us had what we've done together with Empower Yourself Monday and all the different, when they say we're shut down, what do we do?
I know.
And it went from like, a couple months to like years.
Yeah.
And now we're coming out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're gonna have some really fun stuff coming up, and I'm excited, and I'm so happy that we're able to honor you and be able to talk more about some of the things you're doing, and I'm excited about all the traveling and all the adventure you're gonna be going on.
I'm excited. Thank you, Tanya.
So everybody, thank you so much, Terry. Before we let you go, you want to tell our listeners how to get a hold of you?
Sure. TerryMichaelWellness.com. My phone number's right there, 817-891-3305. I'm a texter first and answer the phone second type person. So just thought I'd let you know that. And then our website, Balance for Life Florida, all spelled out.com. And you can look up the retreat. We are a retreat within a resort. We're in a beautiful hotel. So yeah, you can check us out there.
Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. And everyone have a great day. We'll be back next Monday for another Empower Yourself Monday. And we'll be excited to launch our new website. I'm excited about to show that too. We did some extra stuff to it. We're going to be featuring a lot more of our board of director. That's one of the reasons why. So we got one for Emily. We got one for Terry. So we're good. So we're going to do one for myself. So I'm going to figure out which day we're going to do that one. But again, everyone, have a great day.
Thank you. Love you guys.
Love you guys too. Have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Love you.